bell for our speaker. We will have our own Matt do the introductions here for Marty. Thank you, Matt.
Well, it is a privilege to introduce Marty Jenkins. I didn't know I was introducing him until I got here, and then when I looked over, I thought I recognized him. One of my favorite things about Santa Barbara is illustrated in this. Marty dated my mom 30 years ago.
So how will you recognize it?
Well, I'd say one of the favorite things about Santa Barbara is I always run into people that went out with my mom at some point. No, that's not true. Marty came to Santa Barbara after being one of the Silicon Valley's and pioneering big shots, I suppose. I didn't really ask him exactly what he did. Of course, I was caught up in the fact that he dated my mom. He came to Santa Barbara in the 80s, and was, I believe, more or less working and not working, kind of semi-retired for a number of years. Developed a passion for working with people in poverty, and got involved in what we call a phenomenon called microloans, which is an opportunity, a worldwide kind of known phenomenon for helping people out of poverty. That passion kind of parlayed into an interest in Santa Barbara's local homeless community. We got signed up with, or we got involved with HEAL, which we'll hear about. But I was interested to learn that what HEAL does is meet and greets for regular non-homeless people to meet with homeless people and find out that they're human, I imagine. I think with that, I'll let Marty finish his own introduction. And please stand and welcome Marty Jenkins.
Thank you. Pleased to see you. What a pleasure it is to be with you and fun to exchange stories with Matt and my memory of him as a young child. That was quite interesting. It's a pleasure to be with you and to be able to share with you a thing that we call Showers of Blessing. Thanks to Kathy. Kathy has actually been involved with this longer than I have. And she is going to say a few words, and we'll have one of the Circle K people say a few words who's volunteered in. But Showers of Blessing is an activity that we've been doing now starting November the 17th of 2014. And we'll take you through and introduce you to some things and actually show you some video of an activity. We took it to a church downtown, and we'll show you some videos, some of our people there. These are our key founders kind of thing. This is Reverend Ron Cox, who is Christ Lutheran Church. And Christ Lutheran Church actually put up the funds to purchase the trailer. It was from the sale of the University Religious Center and their portion of the money. But they put about $35,000 into the acquisition of that trailer. They've subsequently put in another $20,000 into a maintenance fund so that we can sustain it and maintain it. This is Doug Miller and his wife Sandy. Doug is a former pastor of the First Baptist Church of Santa Barbara, and he's been just a saint within the homeless community for a long time. And if you ever want to have an experience, walk through Goleta and Isla Vista in the homeless area. And he knows all of these people by name and has personally been involved with helping them financially a number of times. This gives you an idea. You can see the shower in the back, and there's Doug in his working outfit. There's Kathy. We're going to talk about Linda, who's the operations manager, formerly homeless. You'll see a little bit of video of her. We've got other people who are homeless that volunteer and actually are a part of operating the shower trailers. We started with them being volunteers. We then started to give them small stipends. We've now increased those stipends so that it provides some significant income and makes a difference in their lives. So we've added that to, we've got 4 of the homeless that are actually active, in operating the trailer and being paid to do that. Okay, so we're now going to take you on a bit of a ride. This is last Sunday, and this is the shower driving up to the downtown Unitarian Church. So let's take it for a ride.
It was when I was 49 years old when I started to realize that I may never get better. And I was now homeless. I had lost everything I worked for. And the heartbreak of losing my children's baby pictures, let alone the relationship with them. I was facing prison time now for drug-related charges. I ended up living on the streets with people that were strangers, and at the end, the abuse had become so severe. I was in and out of hospitals for concussions and broken bones. I was tired, and I had no more fight left in me. And I remember that night when I looked at the pictures of my 4 grandchildren, knowing I could never face them again, and look them in the eye and tell them that life was good. I was in a vortex of darkness with no joy and no hope at all. And I said out loud, God, if you exist, please get me out of here, just let me die. It wasn't long after that I had entered into the Bethel House, a year-long rehabilitation residential rehab, where they studied the Bible with me. The people there had chosen to let God use them as a vessel to save lives and help those who could no longer help themselves. My relationship was building with God, and I was learning that He loved me. And because of the sacrifice made for all of us, I was forgiven for all the pain I had caused my children and my family. Then came the opportunity in this ministry. And I was treated by the people who had poured themselves into making these showers possible with respect, love, and patience. The Showers of Blessing ministry goes far beyond a simple smile or a shower. We build relationships, trust, and I do believe that we give some people hope. I am honored and blessed today that I'm able to reach out to those who are in the same place that I was just a few years ago. I thank you for letting me share.
Well, in my life, I have never truly felt called, felt an irresistible call to a ministry. To be called to lead an effort that could actually ease the plight of others. Until now. And with the support and encouragement of Doug Miller and Marty Jenkins, my friend and fellow Unitarian from Live Oak, and Linda McDade, I've agreed to lead the effort to build and manage a downtown coalition of churches and other organizations that we need in order to bring this shower trailer here to serve our homeless. Already, Our Lady of Sorrows, right across the Anacapa from us, has signed on to this effort. They've agreed to let us use their parking lot on Thursday afternoons, every Thursday of each month, so that we can open our very first shower location downtown. And we're going to do this April 7th. We're barreling ahead, even while we're gathering the support that we're going to need to pull this all off. But we're going to need others to join in, and that's why I have come to you.
Okay. So the shower contains 2 different bathrooms, the full shower, toiletry, and it heats its own water. We hook it up at various churches. Right now we've been taking it to 3 churches in Goleta, Isla Vista, St. Mark's, St. Michael's, and next to it St. Athanasius. So we go Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and so the people in those areas can get 3 showers a week. Here is Doug Miller, who is the operations is the general manager of it. This is Jim Pope, who is the assistant operations manager. This is last Sunday at Unitarian Church. This is Dick Jensen, probably some of you know. Dick was the associate chancellor at UCSB for a lot of years. This is Julia Hamilton, the minister there. This is Ken Ralph, who we just brought on board to be the consortium manager for downtown. And we're going to talk a bit about the details associated with that in a second. Another location. This is the congregation of B'nai B'rith. We have a program that we call Showers of Blessing Goes to the Houses of Worship. And it's been immensely successful. And we took it here on a Friday night to one of their services. This is Campbell Childs. And they had a program that they had a matching grant from an anonymous donor. And the net of it is that by the time a month was over, they had donated $24,000 and are actively involved with the operation and have donated almost a similar amount for this year's operation. I think this is the time. I think you should speak.
That's an old picture, actually. Okay.
You're still handsome.
So I'm Andrew. I'm with Circle K, and I've been volunteering with the Showers of Blessing for 2 years now, almost 2 years, since basically its inception. And pretty much the reason why this service event was special to us this past year, well, there's a couple of reasons. One of them is because our district focus this past year was Hope for the Homeless. So basically, there was a lot of emphasis placed on service events that cater to those in need of housing or the amenities that relate to housing. But pretty much, another reason why this is a very special event to us is because as college students, we sometimes have a very narrow view of the world as far as like what we're dealing with in school, social life. But this is an event that allows us to basically interact with the people from all different kinds of walks of life in one place. And it allows us to really, obviously, broaden our horizons, but also it allows us to appreciate what we have more, and also have that sense of fulfillment by helping those in need in our own community. And I think that the location of this event in our own college hometown of Isla Vista is especially impactful to us because usually we don't think about that these people also inhabit our community. So we're also responsible in making our community better by helping them. So I just feel like that over the past year and a half, volunteering at that event, at this event, I truly come to realize that it is really like a beautiful thing that we're all doing. And hopefully it goes on for many years because just having conversations with the poor individuals that we help, you can just see it in their eyes that they're truly touched by what we're doing. And there is no better feeling as a volunteer than to see that. So yeah, I just I don't know, like just seeing everybody, you know, Jim and Devin and you guys, and it just it's also helped us become all closer as fellow inhabitants of this community. So yeah, Thank you.
So we have groups of students from UCSB, and they do one of the days, and there are others that do other. But they're a tremendous asset. And so here's just a quick rundown of Showers of our milestones. Started in 13. I'll just sort of jump down, and you can see some of this I've already gone through. We've done 2,000 showers to date. We also wash their clothes. We take them, we put them into a sack. Sandy, Doug's wife, takes them home and washes them and brings them back a week later. An enormous task. We also have clothes that she goes and she gets at thrift shops that we give away to the clients, and we provide hygiene products to it. It truly, if you could be around the people who've gone through this, and maybe Kathy will end on some of that, this has really made a big difference in their life. So the big news is coming up April the 7th. We're going downtown. Alameda Park has had a dinner for the homeless for years and years. We're going to locate the shower across the street at Our Lady of Sorrows. So we'll operate 3:30 to 6:30. We can do 10 showers an hour. Then the dinner occurs that other churches provide at 6:30. So that's the big deal, and we're going to go to, and we're going to do nearly 4,000 showers in 4 locations. This gives you a little bit of information of this is from the point of time count. So you see Santa Barbara had 893, and we believe you multiply that by 3 to get to reality. Toledo, Isla Vista had basically 162 of them, wherein I believe 37 of them. We have about 60 clients that have taken a shower at one time or another. One of the interesting things, male-female, 3/4 to 1/4, and that's actually exactly what we're getting in the mix of showers. And people ask us, why do we do this? And this is Richard. This is actually in front of Pescadero Lofts, a place for housing first. 32 homeless were put in. And the reason we do this is because we care. So let me give you the mic to Kathy, and she can close. And we're at the hard break of 1:10, but I'm happy to hang out and answer questions.
Should I come up front?
Sure, up front.
Yeah, I had the privilege to be with a group that originally started this through the heel, which you mentioned, and then about, I don't know, 4 or 5 months later, Marty joined, and he's been a tremendous asset. He puts together these videos and spreadsheets for the data and whatever. But for me, when I'm in town, I go every other day. I've been doing it religiously almost since the beginning, and I love seeing the Circle K kids here. Just the interaction is great, and just the way they look before they go in and how they look afterwards, and how thrilled they are to get clean clothes and be able to leave theirs to be clean, to get it back, and products, razor, we have a thing, and a razor they can use. Some of them shave their head, some of them use it as a razor, and also Helen has been coming out on Fridays on her day off and cutting hair. I think she's cut about 6 people's hair, at least, and, you know, put stuff on it to straighten one guy's. It was just a rat's nest, and she's out there helping, and it just touches my heart. And one thing that we brought one time was ice cream. They never did ice cream. They went wild. I was worried it was going to melt before, but no, it was eaten way before it would melt. So it's just a wonderful thing, and I just thought that you people in Santa Barbara ought to know. I know that we work with the homeless, and we probably will need some help, you know, getting this thing going in Alameda. If anybody is interested to help us, that would be great. We're not talking about money, we're talking about time. But we do fundraising, which we don't do. We're doing by going around to the churches and they're seeing what's going on, and then they're doing offerings or whatever. Yeah.
How does the word get out to the homeless that they know when to come and to use the facilities?
Well, they tell each other, and we have a brochure which we didn't bring. I did bring one to Jim, so he'd know what was going on. That gives the times, and I would say it just spreads, right?
Yeah. In Toledo, Isla Vista, we've now been there a long time, and we're extremely well known. As we go down to Alameda Park, we've just said that we're absolutely good to go on April the 7th. And now we're going to the dinners that occur where they have 60 or so on Thursday nights. Linda, the operations manager, is going to go and be telling them about, and actually are going to try and sign up for time frames when we actually start. But within the homeless community, it spreads like wildfire. And downtown, I mean, there used to be showers in a number of locations. Those are now gone. So our bigger concern is that we can do 30 showers in 3 hours. We're probably going to have a demand way above that.
Yeah. And we do have a safe plan so that they're not all running from the park. I say Riley over there, when he's over to the church. They will be escorted a couple at a time so that they aren't hanging out over at the church and getting into nonsense that may be possibly hanging out at the church. It'll be very well organized and supervised. We don't foresee any problems with the people I've talked to. I go the second Thursday of the month with my church and feed. I've been doing that for 3 years, so I know a lot of them. I've been telling them the word is spreading. They're very excited. So I'm hoping that they're going to behave so that this can continue.
Now, does this being able to shower and clean up and stuff help facilitate them being able to get a job or get housing or anything?
It starts with their self-esteem.
Right.
Can you imagine not having a shower for years on it? I mean, you just don't have any motivation. You really feel that you're out. So we see this evolution starting with helping them with their self-esteem. Socialization within the group kinds of things, and then that evolves, and particularly those that we've now started to pay stipends to. You know, they're doing real work, and they're going to be able to be given recommendations. One of the guys does all the statistical work that funnels to me, and does a magnificent, I mean, we've got statistics up the yin yang. And our anonymous donor is a spreadsheet nut, and that got us a lot of money just giving him statistics. Yeah, yes.
Yeah, I wanted to say I'm so thankful that this has come about as we're moving downtown, because for years I worked at the downtown public library, which is kind of the de facto location for homeless to get out of the weather and to do whatever. We always had an issue with people being offended by the smells that came from the homeless. And we had a card that said, this is where the showers were, but as you said, then they became less and less available. So it was really hard. Because we would have to ask people to leave sometimes just because we were getting so many complaints about the odor or whatever. So I think this is going to be marvelous when you move downtown, and I think make sure that the library knows when you're going to be there too, because we'll let them know while it's happening.
Well, we'll do that. Thank you for that suggestion. I think I'm over my commitment to end, but I'm certainly more than pleased to hang out and chat with any of you. Thank you for your interest. Thank you for your concern. I think we have an opportunity to really make a difference in doing that, and we appreciate your support.
And we thank you, Marty, for coming. Thank you, Marty. We appreciate it, and you brought a new light to our club here, and we wish you all the luck. People like you and Kathy and your friend here. What you're doing in Santa Barbara is really a Christian act. God bless you. Okay, meeting adjourned. We'll see you next week.